Hi everybody, it's Dr. Biology here, and this video is about what affects the rates of transpiration. If you haven't already, I suggest you look at the cohesion tension theory video, as you can see just over here. Okay, that will help you with the background to the movement of water in a plant. So just to remind you about water evaporates from the moist cell walls in the leaf, okay, and they accumulate in the air spaces of the spongy mesophyll, and water leaves the plant by diffusion through the stomata. So what will affect the rate of evaporation of water through the stomata? Well, first of all, there is light, so you would expect the higher the light intensity, the faster the transpiration rate, so there would be a positive correlation. This is because stomata open in light to let in CO2 for photosynthesis. Obviously, the trade-off with that is that then water will evaporate faster out of the stoma. Temperature, the higher the temperature, the faster the rate of transpiration. Again, positive correlation. As you will know from your basic knowledge of science, water molecules gain kinetic energy as temperature increases. It moves faster, therefore water evaporates faster. Humidity, so the lower the humidity, the faster the rates of transpiration. This is because as humidity increases, more water is in the air, so there is a higher water potential, decreasing the water potential gradient from the leaf to the air, so therefore water would evaporate slower. And lastly, wind. So the windier or the more wind there is, the faster the rate of transpiration, because wind is blowing away those water molecules from around the stomata, decreases the water potential of the air around the stomata, increasing the water potential gradient from inside to outside the leaf, therefore water evaporates faster. Let's have a look at some application style questions on this subject. So as you can see here, it says the mass of water lost from a plant was investigated. The same plant was used. Good. Used in every treatment, and the plant was subjected to identical environmental conditions. Again, good. In some treatments, the leaves were coated with a type of grease, so it provides a waterproof barrier. So they give the results. So where no grease is applied, where grease is applied to the upper surface of the leaf and grease applied to both surfaces of every leaf. Key thing, you need to know that stomata are found mainly on the bottom of the leaf. So have a look at these questions. Please do pause and have a go at them, and then we'll go through them. Okay, so what is the advantage of using the same plant in every treatment? Well, it has the same surface area of leaf, or you could say it has the same number of leaves, or the thickness of the cuticle. Basically, you're controlling that variable. But you've got to mention that variable. You've got to qualify your answer. Why is it important to keep the environmental conditions constant? Well, that would affect the rate of transpiration or the rate of evaporation. What is the evidence that the grease provides a waterproof barrier? Well, you can see presence of grease does reduce water loss in both situations, in both treatments. Next question, it says use your knowledge of leaf structure to explain why less water is lost through the upper surface of leaves than is lost through the lower surface. So again, please do pause and have a go. So, as I said earlier, more stomata are found on the lower surface, and on the upper surface there is a thicker waxy cuticle. So this is a impermeable layer that stops water evaporating. This next question, okay, so you can see it says investigated the rates of water movement during the day in different parts of a tree. The results are shown in the graph. And so you can see rate of water movement, meters per hour, and the time of day. Okay, so I'd like you to have a go at these questions. Again, please do pause and then come back and we'll have a look at the answers. So first question, describe how the rate of water movement in the upper branches changed over the period shown in the graph. Describe is saying what you see. Okay, so in this case it increases and then decreases, but I more than likely would talk about where it increases to, so the peak maximum. You can mention either the hours or the rate of water movement in meters per hour. Then it says the rate of water movement in the upper branches was different from the rate of water movement in the trunk. Describe how. So there's a maximum overall rate is higher, reaches a maximum earlier. You can see that in the graph. It reaches a peak earlier, and it does start higher or it ends lower. So any of those descriptions will be fine. It doesn't want you to explain. This next one, the results of this investigation support the cohesion tension theory. So explain why. Well, movement starts earlier in the branches higher up. Therefore, you're creating tension. So this creates tension, or you could say it creates a negative pressure, or even you could say it creates a pull of the water column. So my next video is going to look at how you actually measure the rate of transpiration, which is the use of a potometer. So hope you found that useful, and I'll see you soon.